What's up guys, it's Android at Night, and today what I've got for you guys is a review of the Noreve flip style case for the Samsung Galaxy S2. And I have used this case on and off for a week and a bit, so I have used it enough to do a proper review of it, so it's not an unboxing. I've just put it back in the packaging just so you can see how it comes. And it's pretty cool packaging actually. You get this quite nice box. I mean it's only cardboard, but I mean it's nice to see companies making the effort, not just sort of sending it in a jiffy bag. If I can get the top off, there we go. The first thing you've probably seen is the fairly shocking colour, and I mean shocking as in it captures your attention, not as in it's horrible. On camera I'm looking, it looks a little bit more goldy than it actually is, as in it looks more yellow than it actually is. It's actually a deeper colour, it's slightly closer to brown than what it says on the camera, but it's this weird sort of slightly metallic, slightly plasticky, leathery type cover, and it says on the box that it is leather, so I think it's been treated with something because it doesn't feel like leather. You can see it there, the way it sort of moves. It is kind of shiny and it's quite slippy, but it feels kind of cool. On the inside, this does feel like leather, and if it macros up, you can see it says Noreve, if I'm even pronouncing that right, on the inboard here, which is nice, and you've got a cover for the speaker just to stop dust getting in. On the back here you've got a little nut, which if I just reach into my case drawer and pull this out, you get a little tool and a little belt clip. So if you're one of these people who rock the case on the belt, then you can put that on, and I'll show you that in a bit. What else? On the front we've also got this little Noreve logo, which is pretty cool, and that's metallic, quite nice quality. So we'll just put the phone in it, and these sort of clippers here, they feel like they're plastic, and this has been wrapped over it sort of quite tightly. And if you look here, this is one of the few complaints I've got with this case. I'm not sure how well you can see that on camera, but the quality here is a little bit off. It sort of feels, or it looks ruffled. So it says it, well, it shows it there. It's also up here a little bit on this corner. It's quite pronounced here. So considering the quality of the rest of the case, that was a bit of a letdown, but it's not too bad. I don't think it's going to fray off or anything. It's just ruffled where it's been pulled over. And saying it's plastic, I'm pretty confident that this can take a knock or two, because you can see it does bend, but there's either some very strong cardboard or some plastic sort of as a layer inside there. Let's pop the phone back in again. And you close it up. The first couple of times you close it up, it is really tight and you really have to pull up to get it to hook over. But after a while, I've only used this, as I said, on and off for a week. This is already starting to sort of ruffle and crack quite nicely, which looks really cool. And it gets easier and easier just to flip it closed like that, and you don't have to pull it up as much. But it's really, really secure once it is attached. This is not going anywhere, and if you drop this, I'm confident that it's not going to pop open, and I'm confident that it will take a bit of a shock. Obviously it's not going to be anywhere near sort of a silicone case, but I mean, this is a hard wooden table. I'm dropping this from like that much, and I'm completely sort of satisfied that nothing's going to happen to the phone. He says, and it won't turn on. There we go. So you have got that protection, and obviously the flip style case in your pocket, flip that up and that's completely protected, even if you don't have a screen shield on. On the sides you can see it's completely open around the bezel, apart from this little bit here where it touches, but it's pretty tight. There's no real gap between the sort of front flap and the and the screen. Voice fail. The volume rocker is completely open, and on the other side the power button is completely open, and again the bezel's open here. But as I said, the fit is really nice when it sits on itself, so you're not going to get stuff coming in the side here. So if you don't use a screen shield, you're not going to scratch the screen by stuff getting under. On top, the headphone jack's completely unobscured, so pretty much every headphones or every headset in the world should fit in that, unless it's ridiculous size. The camera's completely unobscured, and I've tried this with flash and this makes no difference despite the slightly jazzy colour. And then on the bottom you can see there's a cutout so that you can charge the phone with the case fully on. And I'm not sure about this because it sort of gives a little weak spot when it's in your pocket for dust and stuff to get in, and obviously it's not a big issue. You're not going to get stuff in there that's going to scratch it, but you do get a bit of a dust build up around here. And to be honest, if I'm going to charge this on a desk, I'm probably going to have it open like that and just plug the charger in. Then I get an email, I can pop the screen on, do what I need to do. So I guess it is nice they've got that, so if you do want to, I don't know, throw it in the pocket in the car or something, you can just charge it. But I think that's a preference thing. The stitching around here is pretty nice. Again, you can see there's a bit of a, I'm not sure how focused that is on camera, there's a bit of sort of a quality thing here where the inner the inner leather is slightly off on that corner, which you can sort of see just there, but it's not too bad. And again, it's not going to unfray or anything, it's just a slight misfit, but the stitching is pretty cool, really strong, and it does look quite nice on the back, so I like that bit. We'll pop the little bolt off the back, and you get this with it, sort of like a grenade style screwdriver. And this bolt, I'll show you in a second, does say Noreve on it. There we go. Let's get this little bolt. One thing I would have liked is if they gave you an option for a plastic bolt, because I would never use this, and that means I've always got this on. And even if you take this off, you've still got the exposed metal here. And if you want to put this down on, say, a nice table or on a laptop, because I have my MacBook open, I put it next to the trackpad on the aluminium. And I'm a bit scared this will scratch. And obviously, the idea of the case is to protect your phone. But I'd also, I don't know, maybe that's just me being a bit anal, but I'd quite like the option just to place this down and not worry about what I'm placing it on. But, I mean, it's not sharp or anything, and I'm probably overreacting, but that's just a thought I had. So this little nut, you can see, has a little rivet type thing. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to put that off camera. And we'll drop that on, and it locks in, he says. Come on, this is difficult through a camera, just to make sure it's on the screen for you guys. And then you just obviously just drop the screw in, and we'll screw that on. There we go. And as you can see, it is a ratcheting clip, and it stands out quite a lot from the phone. So then you get this, which has got a really nice sort of, what do you call it, a response to it, I guess, or like a nice feel. You push against it, it doesn't feel really, really flimsy. And to put this on, you just drop it there and just go up, clips on, and you can ratchet it fully round, and it's a really, really strong clip. I've only ever used this style of case once before, and I really didn't like it, partly because the device itself I was using it on was an old, I think it was called the O2 XJ3 or something. It was quite a while ago, and the device itself was pretty big, so adding this to it just made it horrifically big. But the other thing was that this clip was attached to it, you can take it off, and the clip was horrific. But this is actually kind of nice. I don't use clips, but if you do, this is pretty good. So you unclip it here, and you've got sort of the teeth lock there, so it goes really safely on your belt, and you know this isn't coming off. And then if you get a phone call, finger goes there, slide it off, do what you're going to do, and you can just plop it back on. So that is really good if you do use the clips. And then again, to take this off, you just unbutton it, and plonk it back on. Hey guys, it's Andrew at night. I was just editing that video and I realised there was a couple of things I forgot to say, so I'm just going to splice this in at some point in the video. The first one is that this texture, for some reason, gets kind of sticky after a while. Like, if you've got any oils on your hand, or if you like eat a bun or a bagel or anything, it really does, sort of the stickiness or whatever really does get amplified on this case for some reason. So that's the first thing. The second thing was that it does go very easily in and out the pocket. I think it's a combination of sort of that fairly streamlined design here, and just it is a kind of smooth, slippy surface. And the third thing was that if you use the SGP glass, you get those little nubule things for the button, for the home button. and if you use one of those, you need to go. If you're going to use one of these style of cases, you need to go on a ROM which allows you to turn home button waking off, because whenever you close this, if you've got the little nubule thing on, it does, because it's so tight to the screen, it does press the home button. So that's something to consider if you're going to be using one of these. I'm currently using Villain ROM, and it's a really easy fix through Villain tweaks, but no doubt there's a load of other different ways to disable it, so that's just another thing I thought you guys should be made aware of. Bye. There we go. I'm not sure if it's showing through the camera. The colour is sort of slightly glittery almost. Sort of, like glittery is not really the word, maybe marble effect. Sort of it catches the light. You can't really see because this light here is really putting glare on it. But, I don't know, it's maybe a little bit more feminine than what I would have bought myself if I'd had the choice of colour, because this was sent to me for review. But it's definitely an eye catcher, and I've used it a few times, and it does attract people's attention. And I'm not quite sure what other colours there were. I'll put that in the description, and I might put a little note on screen as well. But the actual style's really nice, and this leather interior I really like, and just the whole clip it on, and you know that's really secure. So I really like that. But the only thing I would have changed is the colour. But if sort of bit of bling, bit of gold is your style, then I think you're really gonna like this, guys. Pum. So yeah, really nice. I'd have liked to be able to put a non-metal stud on the back, and in places the quality isn't quite what you'd expect for a sort of haute couture company. And I'll put the price on the screen now as well, because again, I've forgotten that, because it's all done in dollars, so the exchange rates change so quickly, and also I don't pay for them, so I sort of lose track of the prices. But I think this was about $33, I think it's like £21. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I think if you got this in black or brown, this would look pretty executive, despite the slightly plasticky feel. And it'll be interesting to put this up against the Zenus flip case that I've just been sent, which is here. And I'm doing a separate review of this, and then I might do a little head-to-head thing if you guys would like to see that. So this has been Android at Night. Please subscribe if you haven't seen my videos before, and I do have a lot more case reviews coming out this week and in the coming weeks. Any questions, just comment or PM me, and I'll see you guys next time. Ta-da!